All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is November 26, 2024. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. This is the market wrap-up or the trade review. I just did the trade review earlier. I will tack it on to the end of this video. I want to thank everybody out there in digital land, and I'm talking about Facebook and YouTube, Rumble, everybody, Twitter. Thank you for being part of the BYOB trading experience. I'm here to help. If you need help, please look me up. Okay, we offer $7 trials if you're interested. 30 days, $7 trials. I do free coaching. All I do is I just want you to succeed. All right, that's what it comes down to. All right, let's go take a look at some charts today. First chart we'll look at. Let's see what we can find here. Chart. First chart, SPY on the 10-minute. We have a 10-minute uptrend. That is price on top of the 3, on top of the 8. Okay, that is a 10-minute uptrend. We've got space in between the 3 and the 8. We're all up over VWAP. Nice trade there. We traded from basically about 598 up to this area where we are right now. This is our first entry, our second entry, and our third entry. So on the 2-hour chart, let's take a look at the 2-hour chart. On the 2-hour chart, we have a continuation of the 2-hour uptrend. Price action, you got price and the 3 up over the gray line. That's the 8 EMA. All three of them up over a rising 17 EMA. Okay, up over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Price action today made higher low and a higher high. Make sure I got that right. Yeah, higher low and a higher high. And a new all-time high for SPY today. So there's the 2-hour chart. Daily chart, we're in an uptrend, making higher lows and higher highs. Everything is bullish. We are on quadrant 4, up over the 17, up over the trap, up over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Everything is still looking very bullish for SPY. I think we go further tomorrow. We'll see what happens. GDP coming out tomorrow, 8:30 in the morning. Okay, so there's SPY. Let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ having an inside day, lower high, higher low, closing over the trap, over the 17, up in quadrant 4, up over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. QQQ still looking bullish. Let's take a look at IWM. All right, IWM having a lower high and a lower low, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17, up in quadrant 4, up over a prior high anchored VWAP. That's the 2024 high right there. We came close to challenging. We have a new 3-year high made yesterday. Okay, so no, that's a new all-time high made yesterday on IWM, new all-time high. All right, that's a prior all-time high. Let's move this up to there. We are up over the prior high, anchored VWAP, and this is the old all-time high, and this is yesterday's price action, new all-time high for IWM, made yesterday. All right, let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow still bullish, putting in a new all-time high today, up over the prior high anchored VWAP, over the 17, over the trap, up in quadrant 4, everything bullish on Diamond Dow. So we got a new all-time high for SPY. We got a new all-time high for Diamond Dow. QQQ couldn't cut it. IWM's recovering from yesterday's high. All right, let's take a look at FNGU. FNGU putting in a nice candle today. I want to show you some of that price action because that's important. See the move up, holding the higher ground. That gave me the courage to stay in my trade. Okay, a move up, holding the higher ground. What else gave me the courage to stay in my trade? Consolidation over prior consolidation. Okay, that's bullish. Moving up, holding the higher ground. Also very bullish. Okay, this is FNGU. This has the top 10 weighted stocks probably in the SPY and the QQQ. All right, so wherever this goes, it's like the leash that jerks the dog. And if this is bullish, there's a good chance I want to be bullish as well. All right, so there's FNGU. All right, nice work on FNGU on the daily chart. Let's take a look at it on the daily chart one more time. All right, we're up in quadrant 4. That's bullish. We're closed up over the trap. That's bullish. We're up over the 17, also bullish. Up over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. That's bullish. Moving up, holding the higher ground, also very bullish. Okay, so everything looking good on FNGU, QQQ, IWM, Diamond Dow, and SPY. Still bullish. No signs of bearishness yet. All right, everything's still bullish. All right, no signs of the bears have taken control. Everything's still looking fantastic. All right, I think we go even higher. All right, so let's take a look at our technicals. T2122, all right, we spent our day opening the door between the buy zone and the buyer's chop zone, okay? Opening and closing it, just opening and closing it all day long between the buyer's chop zone and the buy zone. Not a bad place to be. I don't mind being in the overbought zone, but this is not a bad place to hang out either, all right? T2123, all right, you can see the move up and over to the right, okay? You guys know how I like this, all right? Anytime we go up and hold the higher ground, I love that. So bullishness again for today. Did we ink out a new high? I don't think so, all right? I'm just going to check real quick. Going to just drag this across. No, we did not. But we did not lose the higher ground, so that's important. T2123 up over a rising 200 SMA up in quadrant 4. T2123 looking very bullish. Actually looks just like FNGU. See how it's moving up, holding the higher ground? Okay, so if both of those rip, give us another move to the upside, we could see another new high again tomorrow, or maybe even Friday. We'll see what happens. All right, so let's take a look at T21. This is the same chart, excuse me. It's the same product, but a different time frame. This is the 3-bar chart. Again, 3 more green candle bars right here. A little more space, still the same amount of space actually, between the 200 SMA. All right, a rising 200 SMA on the 3-bar chart. And price action still maintaining that distance between the 200 SMA and the price action up here. Still very bullish. This is very bullish right now. FNGU still very bullish. All right. Let's take a look at FNGU on the 15-minute chart. You can see price action moves up, holds the higher ground. All right. I like that. All right. Price action green from the beginning of the day. To about probably looks like 230, and then we had a little bit of selling, a little bit of profit taking at 215, and all in all, we recovered the VWAP here, and we're kind of breaking down here in the aftermarket. I'm not really concerned about it yet, unless they break the 200. All right, so there's FNGU, still looking strong up here. All right, let's take a look at, we did our technicals, take a look at a few sectors. First sector we'll look at is precious metals. SLV, all right, started a new downtrend yesterday. Okay, SLV made a lower low. All right, so they made a lower low here and a lower low there. All right, so price action for today is a higher low, higher high, closing under a bearish trap underneath the falling 17 EMA. Underneath a 12-year high anchored VWAP right there, okay? There's a 12-year high anchored VWAP. There's another 12-year high anchored VWAP. And those would probably be the highs for 2024 right there. These two, this one and this one. And we're underneath that. That's not bullish, okay? We're underneath the midpoint. That's not very bullish. Okay, we're underneath the falling 17. That's not bullish. And we're underneath a trap. That's not bullish. Okay, so the only good news is they made a possible attempt to recover with a higher low and a higher high today. Okay, SLV in a downtrend. Let's take a look at GLD. Okay, GLD also in a downtrend since they took out this low. They made a lower low that makes it into a downtrend. Price action for GLD today was a lower high and a lower low closing underneath a bearish cross. That's the 3 crossing down through the 8 EMA there. Okay, so they're underneath a bearish cross and underneath a kind of falling 17 there, and underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP right there. And right about in the upper third still, just barely nicking it. Okay, so right about there. And of course, I'm not being exact. I'm just ballparking it. Okay, so maybe in the upper third, maybe not, but relatively close to being in the upper third. So the good news is they're still in the upper third, or they should be, or they could be. All right, they're up over the midpoint. All right, the bad news is they're making lower lows. All right, and they just made a lower high, and they broke the downtrend line. Okay, and they're in a downtrend. All right, so that's the bad news. All right, but the good news is they're up over the midpoint, possibly in the upper third. They did make a recovery rip up here over the all-time high anchored VWAP, but couldn't hold the higher ground up there. Maybe they can climb back up there within the next few days. So there's GLD in a downtrend. Let's take a look at UNG. UNG is in an uptrend. Okay, they made a higher low and a higher high. Price action for today is a lower high, lower low closing over a bullish trap, over looks like a rising 17 EMA and up over the midpoint there. So that's bullish. That's looking good. Maybe hangs out here about 3 days on top of that pivot right there. I'd be interested in picking this up for another leg up higher to challenge the breakdown candle high. All right, so we'll see what happens. There's UNG hanging out up here over the midpoint today. Let's take a look at USO. USO is in an uptrend as well. Okay, USO just not moving up though. All right, so USO making higher highs right here. That's the only reason they got it, because they made a higher high up there. So they're in an uptrend. They failed to make a higher high here. All right, and they also failed to make a lower low here. So they're still in that uptrend. Price action for today was a lower high and a lower low closing underneath. Again, another bearish cross. That's the yellow 3 EMA crossing down through the 8. Okay, so that's a lower high, lower low closing underneath the bearish cross and underneath the 17 EMA. All right, we'll look at a few sectors. SMH is in a downtrend. All right, and they are in the midst of a bear flag. That's a move down like this and then over to the right. Okay, they have not, notice it's not a V bottom. All right, like those V bottom valleys. All right, this is more of a hockey stick. All right, there's your hockey stick. See the hockey stick right there? It's more of a hockey stick. That's what we got. This shape looks like this shape right here. So price action for today on SMH, got a lower high, lower low, closing underneath the trap, underneath the 17, has made a lower low, so that puts it in a downtrend. Price action not looking too healthy on SMH. Price action is no longer in the upper third, all right, no longer in the upper quadrant, and I got to tell you, this looks like it closed underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP, which was made back in, I think that's July, right there. Okay, so price action here, not real bullish. The only good news right now is the fact that they're not closing candles underneath the midpoint. All right, that's the only good news we got right now. So there's SMH on the daily, still in a downtrend. Okay, let's take a look at XLK. Okay, XLK is our technology sector. Technology sector making higher lows and higher highs, closing up over a bullish trap over the rising 17. Both of that is bullish. Price action closing in quadrant 4, also bullish. Price action closing over the all-time high anchored VWAP, also very bullish. Everything looking good for technology, but just not the semiconductors. All right, let's take a look at XLI. All right, XLI, did they do it again today? We'll see. All right, the high is 143.96. The high is 143.93. New all-time high for XLI today. All right, closing over the trap over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. XLI getting it done again today. New all-time high for XLI. Let's take a look at XLU. XLU got a new all-time high as well today. Look at that. And this is a defensive sector, and it's getting a new all-time high. So new all-time high for the utility sector. All right, let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at XLF. It's financials. See what they did today. All right, we got a high here of 51.24, high here of 51.26, new all-time high on the financials today. Okay, if they're making new all-time highs, I don't need to convince you that they're bullish, all right? There's no need for me to convince you SPY is bullish if it's making a new all-time high. So that goes for the same for XLF, the same for XLI, all right? Everything's still looking great, all right? So there's XLF, all right? Did we do Diamond Down? Let me just revisit it real quick. Yeah, Diamond Down made a new all-time high. Again, I don't need to convince you they're bullish if they're making new all-time highs. Back to XRT. It's our retail sector having an inside day almost. Lower high, lower low. Closing underneath over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. XRT losing that breakout status. All right, looking for some follow through here. Took them 3 candles to get up there and poke it. But that's XRT, and that's a new 3-year high made yesterday. All right, they're just cooling off today. All right, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17, over the uptrend line, up in quadrant 4. Everything bullish about XRT. Keep an eye on Amazon, Costco, and Walmart. All right, just to name a few. And Rivian as a derivative play. Okay, there's XRT. Let's take a look at IYT. IYT yesterday put in a new all-time high. That's that big green candle up in the sky. Today they're taking a rest with an inside day. It's a lower high and a higher low, closing over the trap, over the 17, over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Okay, so IYT still in bull mode here, closing up in quadrant 4. All right, so the market's on fire. Still a lot of stuff that's very bullish. Nothing says bearish yet. Nothing says exhaustion yet. All right, so we do have GDP coming out tomorrow. They may slap us down. We'll find out if we dig out a higher low or if we go higher. All right, so we'll see what happens. Yes, we are open tomorrow for a half day, I think. All right. And by the way, I want to wish everybody out there in digital land and in the room here with me now, thank you for being a part of our BYOB Trading Room experience. Thank you. Hope you're all making money. If you're not, please get with me. We can change this. We can turn this around. Let's get together. I don't want to see you lose another dollar. All right. I want to see you making money. All right. So will I close the room at noon? Even though I will leave the room open. All right. So I'm not going to close the room. The room's going to be open. All right. But I think we got a half day tomorrow. All right, Mel? GDP comes out in the morning. Okay. I don't know if I'll be in or not. I'll probably try to set you guys up with the 5 and 5. That's the 5 bulls, 5 bears. Early in the morning. If you need a video for tomorrow morning, basically you can just use the market wrap up we got right now as your video for tomorrow morning in your prep work. You're going to have GDP coming out at 8:30. That will be a little bit volatile. All right. Yep. Thanks, Alan. You always come through. Thank you. I'm not going to close the room. And I don't think Ed or Rick or Doug are going to close the room. I think they're going to leave it open. And you guys can hang out here if you want to. I believe so. Yes, market is open all day tomorrow. It's a half day on Friday. All right, so I'm not going to be here Thursday. I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow or Friday. All right, I'll probably come in the morning. All right, so we'll see what happens. Whatever the market hours are, they said on the turkey Thanksgiving, I'll probably honor those. All right, everybody, any questions? I want to wish you guys do safe driving. All right, if you're going somewhere. All right, there's no rush. There's always plenty of turkey. Don't worry about it. All right. It's going to be fine. Don't rush. Don't speed. Get there safely. We love you all. Want to see you back here come Monday or Tuesday. Okay. All right. So everybody be safe out there. Amazon. We played some Amazon calls, Robert. Did you play them with us? I think you did. All right. Amazon. Doing closing up over the resistance 105.91. Love that. All right, and holding up there. All right, this is Amazon's looking great. You got 1, 2, 3 days up. I think we get another one again tomorrow. All right, so Amazon's looking good for the gap fill right here. That would be the gap fill right through there. Okay, they already started doing the partial gap fill. I wouldn't doubt it if they fill the gap sometime tomorrow. Love this. All right, that's the all-time high right there for Amazon. They are within a gap fill and striking distance of Amazon all-time high right there. Amazon's doing fantastic. Coming right into Black Friday and Cyber Monday. What's the target for Amazon? Well, first target is gap fill. Second target is all-time high. Third target is going to be 220. Okay? Now, if they bought this dip, they may want a 2-for-1, Mel. They may want a 2-for-1 risk reward if they bought the dip. So I'm just going to do a conservative measure of the dip. Okay? So there's the dip, all right, and that would be the risk, all right. So I'm going to do a conservative measure in case you want to set your targets higher. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to duplicate it. Okay, now I'm going to start stacking. Okay, so there's the first one, and this is be 2 reward units for 1 risk, all right. So just in case you want to know where it could go, that's where it could go, is 527.02. All right? That's the risk and 2 reward units. Yes, good pullbacks were bought. Yes, that's very true. You bought the pullback intraday? Nice. Is there a way to push alerts to the phone? Trader D, if you contact Ed Carter, he can set you up with the instructions. Let me see what I can do. All right. I'm going to see what I can do here. All right. So, Trader D, let's see what we got. Mobile app info. All right. How about this right here? Have you tried this, Trader D? Mobile app info. That's my PIN code. All right? Don't use my PIN code. Use your own. Or maybe you use that PIN code for this room. I don't know. Check with Ed. Maybe Malcolm knows. All right? So there's our mobile app, and you should get the alerts going to your phone. All right, Trader D? Yeah, check with Ed. All right? And I think if you go on the Play Store, there's probably some instructions for the mobile app. All right? Just find it on the mobile app. Just click this. See how that takes you to the Pro Trading Room, install. Oh, look at all this. All right? They look like they walk you through it all right through here. Okay? So right here, all right, we'll start from the beginning. You click the mobile app, then you click the Google Play Store, and then that opens up the chat room, and you can install it on your phone, and then you can see, just follow the instructions right here. If you have any issues, get with Ed. I think he could probably help you out, but it's probably self-explanatory. Okay? Does that help? Okay, and for all of you in the room, all right, I share two screens now. I got this screen, which gives my positions over here, my trades over here, my option inventory here, and my orders right here. So I got orders, positions, trades. That's all on screen 2. Okay, you can flip back and forth. Cenex. Didn't we do this morning? Cenex is looking good. Let's go look at it again. Let's go look at it again. Cenex. Yeah, Cenex is doing awesome. All right, you're up into this wick right here. They're holding the ground up here instead of letting the sellers come in. Cenex is looking good. You got a nice daily uptrend. Price is closing over the trap and over the rising 17 EMA. Cenex looking good. Let's look to the left. All right, and they already hit the valley low. So where's the next? I just want to see where the next. All right, let's put a line in, see what. All right, so here's where we are now. And I think they start to climb this breakdown candle high right there. That's the beginning of this down move right here. So they're working their way up. This would be the next target right there. You're going to fill the gap. Fill the gap is 24.83 if you haven't done it yet. And then after the gap fill, it's climb up the breakdown candle high, 27.09. You get over that, and you hold on top of this area here. You probably could see $50. If you can hold the ground up here over this consolidation, you probably could see $50. This is looking really good. All right, does that help? It's bullish. And if you're looking for targets, it's gap fill, breakdown candle high, and then get up here on 28.02 and hold the higher ground. Okay, got to get through this consolidation. All of this is the major resistance. Would be this peak right here, that peak there, and that wick. All of this is major resistance back there. You're coming into minor resistance now. All right? You're welcome. All right, traders, until tomorrow. All right? I'm going to see what I can do to set you guys up to make it easy for you. All right? Remember, green erases red. All right? And then red erases green. I'll set you up with a pivot, and we'll kick it off tomorrow. All right, thanks everyone for being here. Again, if I don't see you, enjoy your family and drive safe. Hope to see you all back here on Monday. All right, thanks everyone. All right, traders, today is November 26, 2024. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. We're going to do a little trade review today. All right, so we'll start off with, let me just mute that. First trade was price looking for an entry candle. I couldn't buy this candle. I said a 10-minute uptrend. Continuation this morning of the 10-minute uptrend we left off with in yesterday's consolidation right through there. So here's the consolidation at a 10-minute uptrend. Couldn't buy that candle because it's got more wick than body and tail. Next candle I could buy, I bought that candle. I also bought this candle right here. These two green candles. Can't buy red candles in uptrends. Why? Because price is going in the wrong direction. So I bought these two candles here. So let's take a look at some of the trades. All right. Now, if you were with me yesterday, I said I'm buying the dip. All right. I wrote it on the screen. I'm buying the dip. So the first thing I came into this morning was I was able to sell off some of my calls for some profits. And you can see here's me selling my calls for some profits this morning at 9:31. Selling a call, selling a call, selling a call. And then I just dumped the rest of them here at 9:32 at what I thought would be the high when the candle retraced back right there. That's the first 10-minute candle right there. The next one we saw was Amazon. Amazon, we reported on buying 10 of the contracts. There was the 207.50 calls that expire Friday at 4 p.m. Okay, so I'm just going to back this off. You can see I bought 12. All right. If you look in here, let's go back and take a look at Amazon. Here's Amazon. This was my first candle. I saw the igniting candle right there. I bought the calls and we wrote them up to practically 207.60, selling into strength. That's what I was doing all morning long. Okay, so on those Amazon calls, you can see I purchased those calls at 9:42. There's the first candle. Second candle's green. I'm buying it. All right, and then I just started selling into strength. I bought them at 102 and at 90. Okay, so I started selling 118, 120, 125, 130, 135, 145, 150, 160, 156. Okay, then we had a pullback. I reloaded and then started selling again. Okay, selling at 143, 145, 150, 153, 156, 160, 165, 170, and so forth right there on those Amazon calls. What did I make on those Amazon calls? I made close to $700. All right. That was in a matter of actually 30 minutes. I made $600 in 30 minutes on that one. Okay, let's go back to SPY. You can see SPY has a second price entry at $599.37. Again, that's this green candle right here. You can ride it up to $637. Just melting up, not really moving, just melting up, which is kind of good because if it spikes up, it's just going to get knocked down. Whereas if they just melt up, they can continue to grind all the way through this. So price action looking good. Consolidating over VWAP. Still got that 10-minute uptrend. Staying intact most of the day. The 15, you can see, has stayed intact all of the day. On the 10-minute, you can see we got a cross here. But that was another dip to buy right into VWAP area right there. So price action today, should they take out this high, is a new all-time high. They've got 25 minutes left. We'll see if they can get it done. All right. We'll see what happens. Right now, price making higher lows and higher highs throughout the day. I bought the dip. What else did I buy? I bought some. What else did I buy here? Okay, I bought some. All right, I bought some 17 600 calls, 17 DTE. Bought some 24 DTE 600 calls right there. You can see I'm up in both of those. You can see I've got some more calls here. I've got the 603 calls that expired this Friday at 4:30, and I've got the 600 calls that expire this Friday at 4:30, and I've got a put spread. That's about it right there. All in all, it's been a pretty good day. $3,000 in gains. And if I go to my positions, we can see what we got here. I need to load those in. That's it. Having a great day in the BYOB Trading Room. Another great day. If you're not a member, just $7 to be a member, trial member for $7. Think about it.